If y'all thought that we heard the last of Diddy's lawsuits, well, you're in for a major shocker, because he just got hit by not one but two separate lawsuits by Orlando Brown and Bryshere Gray, both of them who are accusing him of allegedly assaying them while pretending to be their industry mentor. The wild part about all this, though, is that the lawsuit doesn't only mention Diddy. It also named some other famous people in the industry, like Will Smith and a couple of other A-list celebrities. Y'all, it's starting to look like we are never going to see the end of these lawsuits against Diddy, because Bryshere and Orlando made some shocking claims in their lawsuits that will absolutely break your heart over the past year. Did has faced multiple lawsuits, with rumors circulating that more individuals will come forward to address his alleged misconduct. It looks like those rumors were accurate, because actor Bryshere Gray has now stepped forward with serious allegations. And he's not alone. Rapper Fr3ak0ffs and actor Orlando Brown have also accused Diddy of assay. Bryshere claims that both Diddy and Will Smith allegedly pressured him into uncomfortable and inappropriate situations that he did not consent to. He is now prepared to share his side of the story, joining others like Cassie and Little Rod who have previously spoken out. And if you've been following the situation, you may remember hearing about this a few weeks ago when a blind item hinted that several young men in the industry were preparing to publicly reveal their experiences with Diddy. A lot of people have been questioning what happened to Bryshere after this sudden disappearance from the industry following his success on Empire. His career seems to be on a path of major growth, yet he unexpectedly disappeared from the spotlight, leaving fans puzzled about how such promising opportunities fell apart and how he screwed things up so badly. It turns out that Bryshere leaving the industry wasn't entirely his choice. Rumor has it that he is allegedly blacklisted by none other than Will Smith and Diddy as payback, because he didn't do as he was told. Word in the streets is that he tried to distance himself from questionable situations that were pressuring him into things he hadn't agreed to. But if you catch my drift, in response, Will and Diddy allegedly made sure his career blew up in his face, having him blacklisted. So how did Bryshere end up in this situation? Here's the backstory. As a teenager, Bryshere connected with Charlie Mack, a well-known talent manager, and Charlie arranged for him to audition for Empire, which turned out to be a huge success almost overnight. Bryshere found himself in Los Angeles, starring on a hit show with Charlie as his manager. What he didn't know was that this would mark the beginning of a complicated journey in the industry. Charlie, who had strong Hollywood connections, was the perfect manager for Bryshere at the time, and introduced him to major players in the industry, including Will Smith and Bryshere. And Will clicked immediately, thanks to Bryshere's outstanding performance on Empire. Will soon became a mentor of sorts, and their relationship seemed like an ideal match. After all, what rising star wouldn't want to be mentored by one of Hollywood's most influential celebrities? But here's where things took a turn. Will saw potential in Bryshere, not just as an actor, but as a rapper. And this was perfect for Bryshere, because he never really wanted to be an actor. He always wanted to be a rapper. In fact, the only reason he auditioned for Empire was because of its focus on music, and he hoped that it would launch his rap career. Plus, the paycheck from the show also didn't hurt because he was rolling in that dope. But anyways, with Will as his mentor, they set up a meeting with Diddy, and on paper, they seemed like the perfect opportunity for Bryshere to advance his career. However, in hindsight, given what we know about both Diddy and Will now, the warning signs were definitely there at the time, though no one was really aware of the deeper issues surrounding Diddy and Will, or the secrets they were keeping under our noses. But for some context, rumors about Diddy and Will Smith being on the down low have circulated for about 20 many years. Multiple people in the industry have come forward accusing both men of inappropriate behavior toward other men in the business. These allegations have been floating around for years, but it looks like there is nowhere left to run. For example, Lexer, who knew Will on a personal level, spilled the tea that Will's first marriage to Zeno ended because Cher caught him been with a man Alexis wrote, and Jada comes out as gay, and her beard husband admits his first marriage ended when she walked into him servicing his BNY Medina. Then I will listen to them. She, being his first wife, paid off silent. Well, Alexis Arquette wasn't the only one to reveal details about Will Smith Jaguar. Wright also came forward with their own claims. According to Jaguar, Will has allegedly had affairs with several younger men in the industry. She claimed that Will pretends to be a mentor to these young boys, but instead allegedly pressures them into relationships that leave him emotionally scarred.
And young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
A rant against Will's wife, Trisha, called Will out for allegedly forcing her male dancers to sleep with him. How about worry about your cheating husband, my male dancers? You know when they didn't want to. How about talk about that now? Do you all remember when the federal agents were reportedly investigating Diddy for allegedly engaging in inappropriate activities with younger men in the industry? Yes, back in 2013, there are reports circulating that Diddy was under federal scrutiny for allegedly having relationships with young men, according to reports during a debriefing session with federal investigators. James Roseman, the music manager Kingpin, was reportedly questioned about the preferences of entertainers, including whether Shada Combs was having intimate relationships with boys. According to a U.S. District Court filing, well, then came Cass's bombshell lawsuit, which gave the public its first real glimpse into Diddy's private life, and it was far from flattering. The lawsuit revealed that Diddy had an obsession with Mel and exposed some shocking details about these wild freak-offs he orchestrated. According to Cassie, he would hire Mel and pressure her into participating in intimate encounters with them while he watched from the sidelines. But he wasn't just a passive observer. No, he directed every move, telling her what to do and how to do it during these encounters. But to complicate matters further, Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Dilt, came forward with his own revelations. He claimed that Diddy wasn't merely a bystander during these freak-offs, but he was actually involved. Gene also claimed that Diddy would even give Cassie a list of requirements for selecting the perfect escort, because the arrangements were clearly for Diddy's personal satisfaction, definitely not hers.
That, in this lawsuit that, Diddy, he enjoyed watching her get a BBCs. So, what you think about that? Do you think she was the only one getting banged by him? Do you think this man had this woman search for online just for them to have to with her?
Here's the kicker: Cassie wasn't the only one caught up in Diddy. So, call freak-offs. Rumor has it that Will Smith was also involved in some of these wild escapades. Yes, y'all, for years, there has been a speculation suggesting that Will and Diddy were more than just friends, allegedly taking part in these freak-offs together. Now, initially, fans dismissed the rumors because not their precious Will Smith, but given the messy state of Will and Jada's marriage, it's not hard to imagine. Jada herself revealed that she and Will had actually been separated for quite some time. With that revelation, the whispers about Will and Diddy's possible involvement suddenly seemed more believable, and people began to seriously reconsider those long-standing rumors.